In the plate tectonics, we will be discussing about islands and plate tectonics. So, the nature of islands and the biota they contain are also affected by the way in which direct or indirect effect of plate tectonics created them. So, the plate tectonics they have direct or indirect which create those effects, and these effects are not only changing the islands but also the biota, the plants, animal, the flora and fauna that it contains, and this result into the changing of not only the island but also the life on the island. So these islands may be of three different types. One are the continental islands. The first type of islands was originally a part of nearby continent, but it became separated from it by rising sea levels or by tectonic processes that split them away from an adjacent continent. So a part of the continent, when it goes away from the mainland continent, it is just the continental island. It has not formed on its own yet, but it is the part of the continent which is separated from the mainland by the ocean. And then there are the Volcanic Island Arc. The most obvious of these are Kurile and Aleutian island arcs that lie along the edge of the Pacific. We will be seeing that. So here the old ocean crust is being forced into the depth of the crust, and resulting stresses cause the appearance of the volcanic island. So these volcanic islands are a result of the stress that is present on the surface of the crust. And then there are the volcanic island hotspots. Other islands form as a result of the activity of what geologists call the hotspots. These are scattered but fixed location over 700 kilometers deep within the earth, from which the plumes of hot material rise to form volcanoes at the earth's surface. So here you can see the map of Pacific Ocean showing the example of three type of islands. You can see the Aleutian Arc and Kurile Arc in the north, but as you go down you have the Emperor's Seamount Chain, Hawaiian Range, Hawaii, which is a state of United States of America, and then there are the Line Chain Island, the Tomato Range Archipelago, Easter Island, Marshall Ellis Island on the west, in this case the away from the date line, so it is east, and these are the continental islands which split from the continent by the sea floor and spreading. These are New Zealand, New Caledonia and Norfolk Island. So you can see the three shades of island. One are the very grey, which are volcanic islands arising from the subduction zone as a part of island archipelago, while the volcanic island arising from the hotspots or the Austral Seamount Chain in here, the Hawaii Islands, Line Chain Islands, Tomato Range Archipelago. And the continental islands are New Zealand and all the others that we have already discussed. So these are the three type of islands which we can see over here. So the formation of chain of island as a result of activity of a hotspot, you can see that there is much more volcanic eruption, and as a result of volcanic eruption, the new and more due to the pressure from the inside, the crust is going out, and this result into the formation of islands. So what is plateau? A hotspot may also cause the appearance of larger area or plateau that, if exposed or colonized by the animal and plants, could play a role in their dispersal between the continents. So plateau is the continuous region which is formed between the maybe two continents as well. So this result into the organisms can move from one continent to another continent. And then there are the terranes. The volcanic island reach the edge of the trench. We know that we have discussed about the Pacific Ocean, where there is the expansion of the Atlantic Ocean, while the Pacific Ocean is going down in the Mariana Trench. So if there is an island present there, and next to the island on the other side of the plate there is a continent, so the island and the continent, the island plate of island is going down, and its remain will collide with the other continent as well. So they collide with the adjacent continent, and the individual patches known as terranes, a region within which the rocks are quite different from those of the surrounding area. So the rocks of these islands will be very much different from the continental rocks, but when they collide, these rocks will become part of that continent, and these are called terranes. So what is the implication of that, right? So these islands which are traveling in the space and time, these will result as a these will act as a Noah's Ark. They are containing some species. These species are evolving through the millions of years, and after millions of years, it collides with the continent. So it takes up all those species which are present on the island, which were originally separated by the ocean, and now these species are transferred to the mainland continent as well. So these terranes might be tell us that if there was an island which was colliding or which was joining the adjacent continent, and now the species are come. If there are some species which we cannot recognize, then these might have origins from that island.